Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just kept driving? Subscribe the channel for more stories. No destination, no GPS, just following a specific set of turns no matter where they lead. That's exactly what one group of people decided to find out, and what they discovered is the stuff of nightmares. This is the story of the LeftRight game. It all started on a small, obscure paranormal forum. A user, who we'll call Rob, posted about a strange road trip ritual. The rules were simple. Get in your car, take the first left you can, then the next right, then the next left, and so on. Subscribe the channel for more stories. Keep repeating the pattern. Don't stop, don't turn around, and whatever you do, don't deviate from the sequence. The post claimed that if you did this long enough, you'd end up somewhere else. A place not on any map. Most people dismissed it as a creepypasta, a fun little internet ghost story. But not Rob. He was a journalist, always chasing the next big story, and this one had him hooked. He decided he was going to try it, but he wasn't going alone. He assembled a team, his tech-savvy friend Blue, who would be their lifeline to the outside world, two thrill-seeking friends, Chloe and Sam, and a self-proclaimed psychic named Eve. He even brought along a skeptic, Apollo, to keep everyone grounded. Their plan was to document the entire journey, leave blogging their progress for the world to see. They packed a van, set up their equipment, and with a mix of excitement and nervousness, they began. The first few hours were normal. They drove through familiar city streets and suburban neighborhoods, following the left-right pattern. It felt a little silly, like a weird scavenger hunt. They made jokes, listened to music, and documented the mundane start to their grand adventure. The GPS still worked, showing them exactly where they were. But as day turned into night, things started to shift. The roads became unfamiliar. They were driving on dirt tracks that didn't appear on any map. The GPS started glitching, the little arrow representing their van floating in a vast, empty gray space. The jokes stopped. An uneasy silence filled the van. Blue, back at her computer, reported that their tracking signal was becoming unstable, flickering in and out of existence. They were officially off the grid. The game was on. Their first truly unsettling encounter happened at a gas station. It appeared out of nowhere in the dead of night, a single flickering fluorescent light in an ocean of darkness. The attendant was a man with a smile that was just a little too wide, whose eyes never seemed to blink. He spoke in riddles, warning them about the road ahead, about a hitchhiker they should never, ever let in. The whole encounter felt staged, like a scene from a horror movie, but this was real. Shaken, they filled up the tank and drove away as fast as they could. As they drove deeper into this new reality, the world outside the van became increasingly surreal. They saw things that couldn't be explained. A forest where all the trees were unnaturally white like bone. A sky that was a permanent starless twilight. They started hearing things, two whispers on the edge of hearing, a strange humming sound that seemed to come from the earth itself. Eve, the psychic, became more and more agitated, claiming they were being watched by something ancient and hungry. Even Apollo, the skeptic, couldn't deny the strangeness of it all. Then they saw her, the hitchhiker. A woman standing by the side of the deserted road, her thumb out. She looked normal, maybe a little lost. But they remembered the gas station attendant's warning. They didn't stop. But she kept appearing, further and further down the road, sometimes miles ahead, always waiting. It was impossible, but it was happening. She was hunting them. The tension inside the van was reaching a breaking point. Fear and sleep deprivation were fraying their nerves. Arguments broke out. Sam started to lose it, convinced the hitchhiker was a ghost from his past. Chloe tried to keep everyone calm, but her own fear was palpable. The world outside was no longer just strange. It was actively hostile. They passed through a town that seemed to be stuck in a time loop, the same few people repeating the same actions over and over. They were chased by a car with no driver. The rules of reality were completely breaking down. One of the most terrifying moments came when they encountered a creature known only as the Giggler. It was a massive, shadowy figure that moved through the trees, letting out a sound that was a sickening mix of a child's giggle and a predator's growl. It toyed with them, appearing and disappearing, its laughter echoing through the unnatural landscape. They were prey, and this thing was enjoying the hunt. Their journey became a desperate struggle for survival. Food and water were running low. The van was breaking down. They were lost in a place that wanted to swallow them whole. It was during this time that Rob and Blue communicating through a weakening satellite connection, started piecing together the truth. The LeftRight game wasn't just a road trip. It was a ritual that peeled back the layers of reality, taking you to a place between worlds, a place with its own rules and its own terrifying inhabitants. And the hitchhiker? They learned her name was Alice. She wasn't a ghost. She was another player of the game, one who had been trapped there for a very, very long time. And she believed that by sacrificing newcomers, she could finally find her way out. She wasn't just a monster. She was a desperate survivor, which in some ways made her even more frightening. The climax of the story is a frantic, heartbreaking race against time. The group is broken, scattered, and being hunted by both Alice and the other entities of this world. Rob, feeling the weight of responsibility for leading his friends into this hell, has to make an impossible choice. He realizes that the only way for anyone to get home is to break the one rule they've followed so meticulously. Someone has to disrupt the pattern. In a final, desperate act, Rob steers the van off the path, sacrificing himself to tear open a rift back to their own world. The details of what happens next are chaotic and fragmented, relayed through Blue's frantic final blog posts. Some of the group make it through the rift. Others don't. The connection is lost, and the live blog goes silent. For a long time, that was the end of the story. The internet was left with a chilling, unfinished tale. But then, a final post appeared. It was from Blue. She confirmed that she and some of the others had made it back. But they were changed, haunted by what they had seen and lost. The world they returned to felt different, thinner, as if the horrors of the LeftRight game had followed them home. Rob was gone, lost to that other place. The story ends not with a resolution, but with a warning. Some roads are best left untraveled. Some games are not meant to be played. And if you ever feel the urge to just start driving, taking a left, then a right, then a left, maybe just turn on your GPS and head home instead. Thanks for watching.